Hello YouTube, this is Morgan, Airspeed Prime here with my next Avatar Korra news update video. Two pieces of news to talk about today. One is pretty notable, the other much smaller but still interesting. We'll start with the small piece of news, and that is that Zen Monkey Studios have another pin available to purchase. That is the Sokka Pin that has been kind of incoming for a while. So there's still the Katara pin that's part of this next group of 5 to be released, which seems to be coming soon. But right now they have put the Sokka pin also up for sale, as well as the Zuko and Toph ones they put up a few weeks back, which I have videos up of on my channel. But yeah, it's a pretty cool looking pin, probably one I will pick up the next time I'm making an order with them. But I definitely want to see which exact pins they're coming out with next. But yeah, that's that quick Zen Monkey Studios update. They've also, I think, confirmed Milo's coming in February, so that's probably going to be one of the next ones we see. So I may do an order that's like Sokka and Milo or something like that. But yeah, the bigger piece of news is that Legend of Korra Turf Wars Part 3 has been delayed, unfortunately. So how this came about is that people started to notice that on Amazon the date for the book changed from its usual date in June to August. Currently what Amazon.com, American Amazon, is saying is that they are listing the book as coming out August 14th, 2018. This was later confirmed on social media by Dark Horse that indeed the publication date has been changed. Now, they didn't say anything more than just there's been a change made, but I think we more or less have to take the Amazon date as being what's actually happened. And when I initially read this, I'm just like, oh wait, Turf Wars Part 3 is out in like July, so this is only a couple of weeks. But then I realized, wait, June, July, oh, whoa, like this is a pretty noticeable delay. In that it's gone from a comic book store release date of June 13th, which means June 26th or so would have been the release date on Amazon. Now they're saying August 14th is the mass market date, which means that August 1st is the new comic book store release date, I assume. And this obviously isn't particularly amazing to happen. Have it be delayed by a month and a half basically. And the big thing that this means is that this is going to be the first comic series where there's been more than a year between the release of the first part and the release of part 3. This means that this production on this book will have taken so long. And obviously we're not exactly sure on what the reasoning is, but we also have to be aware that there's been a lot of delays and pushbacks with this book. Obviously, one was by them needing to get a new artist because Brittany Williams was, had to be changed out. Then I think we just suffered delays as like part 1 and 2 were actually kind of drawn and written. And it seems like that's happened again. Obviously, we don't know the full extent of this, or maybe it could just be a case of Dark Horse pushing it back to publish at a different time. But it's not ideal, because even though, yeah, sure, I don't mind waiting a little bit longer if this means the quality of the book's going to be higher, but I think we need high quality books, but also we need consistent releases as well. We need them to announce a book, have a date, and the book to come out on that date. It's been, I think, a little bit happening too much recently where the dates have been changing, and especially with them being not particularly communicative about a lot of this stuff, telling us why release dates have changed, what if they've changed in the first place, and especially when we're waiting for news on the new Avatar comic and what's going on there, we're very quickly going to start asking questions about what's coming with the next Korra comic. They have a lot of stuff that they need to kind of get out there in front of and give us information on, because it speaks to. Right now, it feels like there's very poor organization when it comes to Avatar comics, in that it took them so long to even announce the next Avatar comic with the new creative team. Are we going to have the same level of wait now for whatever's happening after Turf Wars? Why isn't that being announced as soon as possible to let us know that there is going to be a follow-up to Turf Wars, following like immediately on or whatever? So to me, much sooner rather than later, they need to reveal some information about what's coming next, because this pushes back the obviously the release date of basically the next book. Yes, we have the Korra Free Comic Book Day book, but Turf Wars Part 3 is what we assume is going to be the next book coming out. I can see a way when maybe the first Avatar comic comes out before this book with the pushback now, but realistically it looks more like Part 1 of the new Avatar comic will come out more towards the end of the year. But still, that's a really long delay. That's August, like the 8th month of the year, and we're just barely going into the 2nd. This is like going to be another 6-month wait for a book, and the books aren't good enough to kind of be 6 months worth of discussion. That's why we need more consistent releases. We need more releases, and we need Dark Horse to really get on board with this and be more, upfront with the fandom about what's actually happening. So while it is just a month and a half delay isn't anything like small, I think that's something to note as well. That's a pretty substantial release date change, given that Turf Wars has already had previous delays and so on. This feels like it shouldn't be happening with a comic series kind of this high profile, a franchise this high profile. It doesn't look good, and especially with lots of fans asking questions of Dark Horse, it's something that doesn't look good overall for this to be seen. So that's my thoughts on this. It is the delay, but I think it potentially speaks to bigger problems going on here that do need to be solved. But I'm still excited for Turf Wars Part 3. Later on in the week, once I hopefully get my physical copy of the book, I will be doing a kind of early kind of preview discussion, what I think will happen in Turf Wars Part 3. That'll be my kind of discussion video for later on in the week. But yeah, that's been the news for today. What are your thoughts on this substantial delay for Turf Wars Part 3, the timing of it and kind of what it means, and just in general, what are your thoughts on the news we talked about here? But yeah, that has been the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.